Well, hello there again. I told you guys you'd be sick of me doing all these videos. What's wrong? I'm here to do BJD Addicts video prompt number 37, which is telling loved ones. I lived with my parents for a while, and then I got married, and then I'm now living with my husband. So the very first people that I had to tell, you know, as far as loved ones go, were my parents. And they all kind of know that I'm into multiple hobbies that are not typical of people my age, I guess. And at the time, they already kind of got used to the fact that, you know, I was into anime and I was into manga, Japanese culture, like all that jazz. I was taking Japanese in college and I took it in high school. And so it was kind of a natural transition to kind of jump into this. Also because I am a freak and I'm obsessed with Barbies too. Now I don't really collect Barbies, but I love the Barbie movies. And I have every single one. I'm not even joking. Let me show you. These are all my movies. This whole second shelf belongs to me, and it's all Barbie movies, which is ridiculous. I actually have another one. I've got two of my other ones sitting over there. I've got Barbie and the Pop Star, and the Princess and the Pop Star, and Diamond Castle. Yeah. It wasn't too big of a shocker when I was telling my parents about me wanting to join the BJD hobby. It was kind of just like a, hey, Mom, there's this hobby that I'm thinking about joining, and she was just kind of like, oh, really, you know, what is it? And I explained it to her, and like I showed her a couple of dolls, you know, and if you actually want to see a pretty accurate reenactment, I already did a video similar to this prompt way back. And here's a link to it if you want to see it. But it's basically it talked about how I got into the hobby, or rather how I kind of let my parents know about it. But I mean, it wasn't too bad. And then luckily, a lot of my friends too are anime people, and so it wasn't that big of a what is that? What are you doing? They actually thought it was pretty cool. And if you want to see a video of my friends playing with my BJDs, you can click on that video. But yeah, it's really interesting breaking it to other people that are non-BJD that absolutely have no clue about anything whatsoever about the hobby or even anime or anything like that. I have an aunt that still to this day swears that my dolls are gonna like kill me in my sleep or something, which is kind of ridiculous because you don't do dolls, but I don't know. But explaining it to other people, like outsider people, because I had a couple people at conventions and that have never ever heard of the hobby before. I think the thing that comes to them as a shock more than anything is the price. And I think if you perhaps are trying to tell your parents about it, I know when I told my parents about it, I kind of strictly told them that it was going to be my money that I put forth for this hobby, that I wasn't going to borrow any money from them, or I wasn't going to ask for them to buy it for me, which, I mean, isn't bad if they do or can afford to buy the doll for you and if they don't mind. But I kind of wanted to be really independent, and I told them that, you know, I'm going to try to pay for a majority of it. And my husband, who was my boyfriend at the time, actually, I told him about the hobby also, and he was kind of like, okay, you know, alright. He didn't really like hate on me or anything like that because he had his own hobbies too. So, it was a pretty easy transition all around. I mean, I didn't have, luckily, and I know I've heard a lot of people that have had, you know, quite the opposite, that are kind of like, you know, their parents are still not letting them get it, or they're having problems, you know, explaining it to mom or dad, or, you know, they just refuse to let them get it. So I guess, you know, if they're not letting you get it now, I guess just hold off and just be patient and wait and just continue to save your money. I was fortunate enough to where I didn't have to jump through any of those obstacles, you know, so telling my loved ones was not a hard thing for me to do, and then getting into the hobby was not a hard thing to do either. The only thing that was hard was like learning about all this stuff, and I'm still learning a lot. I, in no shape, way, or form, claim to be an expert. I learn things every day, like seriously. And every time I go to a meet, every time I see other people in the hobby, I'm constantly learning new things. So, but I mean, I know I'm kind of going off topic again. Like, all in all, just telling others and telling loved ones about the hobby wasn't too bad for me. So I guess to kind of end this video on kind of like an inspirational don't give up quote thing, Bob. For those of you who message me and tell me about how you guys are having a rough time, seriously, just hang in there. I know it's tough, and the people around you may not understand, you know, exactly what you want to get into, but chances are if it's mom or dad telling you, they're just being concerned. They're not trying to be like these evil, mean, angry parents. Just be patient, and mainly if you don't have any income and you're going to be relying on them to help you pay for it. So I would say just, if they tell you no, then just kind of like take it easy. I mean, not to sound like, oh, let's be rebellious now, but like when you get older, I guess, maybe if you're younger and you asked and they didn't let you get it at that age, just wait till you're a little bit older, and that also gives you opportunities to save up more money, and that way you can get more things for your doll. Because a lot of people, they want to rush and get a doll like so quick, and then they don't have anything else for it. They don't consider buying clothes or eyes or wigs or any of that stuff, or maybe getting a face-up for it. I mean, even just getting basic materials and supplies to maintain the dolls, they don't really think about that either. So maybe, you know, you just gotta take that extra time. And I mean, if you really truly are passionate about the hobby and you really want one, and if you really want to join, then I would say that it's gonna be worth your wait if you have to wait. So just hang in there. It'll all work out. So I hope you guys have an awesome day. I know it's kind of crazy, right? I'm adding all these videos. I'm like a video monster in the summer. Just like I have nothing else to do but dress in Lolita and wear wigs in my videos and be crazy. Anyway, have an awesome day. We'll see you guys soon.